Hello, my beautiful Cancer friends and family. Welcome to your March 2021 Intuitive Energy Forecast. My name is Lisa Lyle. This is my channel here on YouTube. My website is lisalyle.com, and you can find me on social media at Wisdom of the Heart. So, how are you all doing? I can't believe we're in March already. So, as we come into the month of March, just before we're going to have a Virgo full moon, which we will still be working with that energy as March rolls around. We're going to have a Pisces new moon near the end of Pisces season, quickly followed by the spring equinox here in the northern hemisphere, autumn in the south. So right now we have no planets retrograde, so it's almost like this collective sigh has just been released, has just taken place. And my ear is going funny, so some of you, because this is just happening for you guys, some of you may be experiencing some ear I'm not even going to say issues, but some of you may be receiving some downloads, upgrades, if you will. But the downloads, when we receive upgrades, it comes through as a light code, a download, and then it's up to us to integrate that. So ground that energy to Mother Earth, and then be able to draw that information or that wisdom, that wisdom up from our connection or through our connection to Mother Earth. Which brings me to the very first deck we're going to be using is the Gaia Oracle. Information about all the decks that are being used for these messages can be found in the description box below. If you haven't yet subscribed to this channel, please do. It's a great way to support content creators here on YouTube because things are really limited these days with censorship and all of that fun stuff. So you're subscribe to the channel, a like and a comment after your message is greatly supportive to me, and I am greatly appreciative to you for that. So let's get right into it here, Cancer, and see what love Mother Earth has for you this month. There we go. Oh, this is beautiful. Harmony. And remember, I just said at the beginning here, it was like this big collective sigh, and this is what I'm feeling for you. I do feel for you, Cancer, that the month of March offers this great opportunity for deeper healing, this opportunity for deeper feelings of peace and well-being, and that this is actually supported through your connection to Mother Earth. So getting out in nature, especially if you're experiencing any, for me it was in my left ear, and it was almost like it went quiet, and then my hearing came back. So that's almost like this pause, right? So for some of you, especially if you're experiencing this buzzing or these pops in your ears, really, really beneficial for you to get outside in nature, sit with your back against a tree or bare feet on the earth, and really just focus on your breath and to focus on that space between the breaths. So, between the inhalation and the exhalation. So we inhale nice and deep, and then naturally there's this pause before the exhale begins naturally. And then on the other side of the exhale, again, this pause. And so for some reason, I'm really feeling guided to say to you to honor the space between your breath. This is a number 3 card, and number 3 speaks about the Trinity, and it also speaks about creation. So I do feel like this harmony that you're experiencing or about to experience really comes from your ability to be the center line, to be the center, the masculine and the feminine merging within your experience to support this creative inner child to come out and play, this creative inner child to lead the way for the masculine and feminine within your experience. The words on this card are power, self-confidence, and productivity. And sometimes we feel that productivity is busy looking busy. Yet, you know what? We can often be, and often are, our productivity is often really guided by our ability to pause, our ability to take a break and honor the space between. So if you're not feeling, you don't have a lot of energy and you're not feeling really, motivated, then perhaps use this time wisely by really refining your self-care practices, really reestablishing your connection to nature. Maybe it's about bringing some plants into the home and nurturing your plants. Maybe it's really just about nurturing your sense of well-being through consciously making better choices when it comes to the things that you ingest, the things that you listen to or watch, where you invest your time. Because what they're really showing me, what I'm really seeing in this image is that you're highly intuitive. You may be one of the most intuitive signs of the zodiac because you are ruled by the moon. So pay attention to the cycles of the moon. And again, this is important. Observe how your energy levels feel throughout the month. And this would be a good month to start doing that if you haven't taken note of that before, because we've got this full moon and then we come into March. And so really observe how you feel from the full moon and as it wanes down to new, and then as it begins to wax again. So just observe and really work with those cycles. Because I do see you, like they're showing me, it's like in this image, you see this goddess is like a tree. And her limbs are moving and moving with the wind, but she's still very stable. She's still very in her place of power, right? She's not being blown all over the place. She's not being, she doesn't have her arms or the tentacles is what came up. There's not tentacles reaching out in every direction. It's just like allow what is meant to come to you and support you, welcome it in through your breath. And then what isn't meant for you, what doesn't serve you, allow it to be released, lovingly released through your breath. Okay? So let's see what Archangel Michael has for you this month. And the reason I was guided to work with Archangel Michael this month is what he said is to support your ability to speak your truth and to live confidently. So it's really beautiful that the first card you received was the Harmony card, number 3. And then you get the Crimson Angel card. And it speaks about healing, and it's a number 11. And so the master, and number 11 is a master number. And so it's like this, I was feeling like there is an opportunity for deeper healing. If you're not feeling harmonious and peaceful and confident, then this indicates that healing is needed. And I feel like some people are under the misconception that healing takes place one time and then it's done. It's not. It's a multi-dimensional, it's a multi-layered process. And so just when we think we're done, oftentimes something else comes in, or more often something else comes up, because we were able to clear what was on top of that, and then it takes us deeper. So with each level of healing, we go deeper into our physical experience, and I want to say we go deeper into our trauma-based experience as humans. So a couple of things I'm noticing here. Well, first of all, the red wings, which is always speaking to me about being grounded and our connection to Mother Earth. You'll see this beautiful pink rose or pink flower in the sacral chakra. And so for a lot of you, I'm feeling like there is an emotional healing that's taking place this month. And it actually seems to be a common theme throughout the signs. I think you're the 5th or sixth, you're the fifth message I've delivered, and there seems to be this theme of deeper healing. But here with this pink rose in the sacral chakra, which is usually indicated by the color orange, it's represented by the color orange. With this pink rose here, I feel like there is a call for more love, more self-love in your experience, to love all aspects of yourself, even those parts of yourself that, you know, you may have disowned or judged or felt guilty about, or held feelings of shame, because this is what's held in the sacral chakra: guilt, shame, remorse and bitterness and stuff, mostly guilt and shame. And so I feel like through the energy of unconditional love, you really support the expansion and the opening of this energy center in your body, this power center, this home of creation. And as you focus on sending, and you can do that through your breath, breathing in nice and deep, sending love throughout your whole body and down into that pelvic bowl, and exhale, release, and releasing with love. You know, that's really important. I do feel like this strong energy of unconditional love around you. And so calling on your team, calling on your guides and angels and your ancestors to support you and your healing. And so speaking of ancestors, we're going to tune in and get some love and support and guidance from your ancestors, Cancer. Time in nature is a big one for you, and being a water sign, it's really important for you, right, to get out in nature, to ground your energy, because, you know, as a water sign, you are highly intuitive, incredibly sensitive, highly emotional, you know, so it's like bringing balance to that. You know, we see the waves, and it like bringing balance by not allowing ourselves to be overtaken by the wave. And so the ancestors, the message they bring is this fire card, and it speaks about passion. And I feel like sometimes what I'm hearing here is sometimes you get so caught up in your emotions because you're so sensitive. And not only that, many of you are empaths, so you can get caught up and swept away in the emotions of the collective as well, and your family and friends, those closest to you. And so I feel like sometimes the emotional waters within your experience, what they're doing is they're coming and overtaking and putting out your inner fire, if that makes sense. Your heart's desire. You're so consumed, or can be, or have the tendency to allow yourself to be so consumed with the emotional experience, with other people's emotional experience, that it actually dampens your inner fire. And your greatest gift is your sensitivity, Cancer. Your greatest gifts to yourself and the collective, to humanity, is your emotional intelligence. And I feel like, it's funny that I brought intelligence into it, because I feel like in March, this is what it's going to be about. Your path of mastery, your path of healing is about an expanded emotional intelligence, and not allowing your emotions to get the best of you, not allowing your emotions to put out your fire. Because I'm hearing, what are you passionate about? What excites you? What is your heart's burning desire? What is it that you would like to do? And then once you have the answers to those questions, maybe through writing them out, then how can you begin to take action in your daily life that supports the fanning of that inner fire, the fanning of your passion, and not allowing yourself to be overtaken? Because I'm feeling for some of you, you can be so consumed by your emotions and those of others around you that you get lost. It's almost like, what is it? The undertow in water. You get pulled in, and that's not good. That's not good for you or anyone. So this month is about you focusing on bringing more harmony and peace into your life as you step further on your path of mastery, or as you tentatively, and you should not tentatively, you should actually with confidence step onto your path of mastery. Follow your passion. Those things that make you tick, those things that excite you. And with each breath, learning to release more of those things that hold you back. I just popped in black tourmaline. Okay, so for some of you, you may be, if you're feeling ungrounded and if you tend to absorb a lot from others around you, the black tourmaline will really create, I'm hearing, like a protective shield around you as you take care of yourself. And so this is from your higher self now, and you have got this card, patience. And when I look at this card, I see the energy of Jesus Christ. And what I'm feeling is like you're being asked to be more gentle with yourself, a little softer. Be patient, because you are healing and you deserve patience and compassion and unconditional love as you continue further on this journey of healing. And the energy of the Christ, and what I'm feeling and feeling guided to share with you, is this is about you, the inner passion, your inner flame, the Christed light. So reestablishing your connection to the Christed light, because we're all, Christ was just, it wasn't his name. His name is Jesus. Jesus Ben Joseph or something like that. So, you know, yet he was given this title as the Christ. And that Christ is the title for all of us. I know some will say that's blasphemous. That's okay. We can debate that somewhere else another time if you'd like. This was the message I received directly from Jesus years ago around the time of Christmas. And I asked, what is the purpose of this? Because we know it's not when he was born or anything like that. And I'm like, what is the purpose of Christ Mass, you know, Christmas? And the response I received was that it is about each soul, each child of light, remembering that they are the Christed light, incarnate, right? The solstice. Christmas is around the time of the solstice. The solstice is the original holiday, if you will, the original celebration, and it's the return of the sun. We are the return of the children of light. And so I'm feeling like this patience message is to be patient with yourself as you adjust and modify and make changes in your daily routine, in your the way that you treat yourself, the way that you care for yourself. Be patient. Don't be so don't get down on yourself, because again, that'll fall back into that emotional undercurrent, that emotional undertow, and you're here to elevate and to do so in the most loving way. So the message on the back of this card is, you are entering a time of great love and peace. Be patient and allow the current storm to clear. Resurrection, no more wounds, only love predicted for the future. And in order to go forward and to live a life where there is no more wounds, we must be willing to face and clear the wounds within our experience. Okay? So now we're going to see which animal is here to support you through the month. And you got two cards. Oh, and you got the same two cards. You saw me shuffle, but the same two cards came out for Taurus, okay? And this is really about there's a crow. There's a crow sitting on my front yard and just cawing. Oh, that's so cool. What I'm really feeling for you with these two cards together It's time to become an observer in your life, to not take on things that aren't yours, to not, but in trying to help other people, I feel like what you do sometimes is you claim other people's issues as your own, and the people around you probably feel great, right? They probably feel really good because like you've helped them. Then, and what is a result of that is you don't feel so good, right? You have less peace. You have less self-confidence. You're not feeling very productive. And so these two coming for you together, it's like, what are your dreams? What is it that you are here to give birth to? And how can you shed the skin that no longer suits or fits you so that you can be born again? See, that's a completely different message than Taurus got from those two cards. But I am going to share the guidebook messages with you. And for Cobra, pausing. Remember, and we were talking about the pause between the breath. This is beautiful. Pausing, waiting, the inner teacher. The Cobra represents a teacher or spiritual guardian. The Cobra hovers and watches, ever present, ever protecting, ever loving. The essence of the Cobra is found deep within us in the form of the inner teacher and manifests externally in those special guides who've led us along our path. What would it feel like to be a student again? What are you ready to learn? Remember the old saying, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. So when in balance, Cobra energy is a student of life, humble and wise. When out of balance, it's a know-it-all and egocentric. So to bring into balance, taking a class or study. And I really feel like to bring into balance, it's just going to the teacher that exists within you. Okay, so let's go to the black egg here. We're getting a lot of these spirit cards this month, which is kind of cool. Black egg. So, speaking from an authentic voice, the truth. The black egg contains one of life's essential treasures, the truth. Inside of it resides no confusion, excuses, small talk, noise, or lies, even the white ones. This living and breathing vessel harbors only that which rings true. When this essence is in balance, we speak slowly and clearly. We are drawn to activities like writing, reading, teaching, singing, or perhaps public speaking. Sounds draw us in. Books draws us in, or draw us in. The concept of truth itself draws us in. We start asking questions like, what do I know to be true about myself? What is true about the world? When the energy of the black egg is not yet accessed, we speak from an unsure place. We say things others want to hear, gossip, or repeat stories to justify our subpar behavior. We might even try to convince ourselves that we have no inner truth at all. The energy of the black egg hovers and waits for us to reconnect. It is available at every moment in every situation. It's the epicenter of truth, the birthplace of our voice. The subtle essence of this card resides at the base of the throat, at the Vishuddha chakra. The ancients saw this center as the hub that governs our speech and expression. Vishuddha translates as especially pure, the Christed light. The balance of this center is important for all of us, but it is especially essential for writers, editors, musicians, and teachers. Oh, Cancer. Cancer is my rising, so I really connected with this reading, and I thank you so much for being here and allowing me to share with you. Don't forget, if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel. give me a thumbs up, drop a comment down below. And if you're interested in working one-on-one with me this month, I am open and taking bookings for soul messages as well as chakra checkups. So if that interests you, details can be found in the comments or the description box down below. So until next month, Cancer, take good care of yourself because you are incredibly powerful and the world needs your healing light. So until next time, I see you, I feel you, I love you. Thank you, thank you.